Have you ever found yourself drawn to the boss's wife and thought about making a move? Well, in today's video, I'm sharing 10 best ways to seduce the boss's wife without getting caught. But before we dive in, keep in mind that this is all about charm, confidence, and building genuine connections. The third tip might surprise you. It's something you've probably been doing already without realizing it's a form of seduction. So, let's jump right in. Alright, let's kick things off with the first and most crucial tip. Build a strong foundation of friendship. Now, you might be wondering why friendship is essential when it comes to seducing someone, especially the boss's wife. Well, here's the deal. Genuine connections are the bedrock of attraction. Imagine this. You're at a social gathering and she's there. Instead of diving straight into flirtation, take a step back and focus on getting to know her as a person. What does she enjoy? What are her passions? Engage in conversations that allow you to uncover her unique preferences and desires. The more you understand her, the stronger your connection will be. Start with light, casual topics. Ask about her hobbies, interests, and even favorite books or movies. This isn't just small talk. It's about creating a rapport. Share your own experiences as well. This back-and-forth exchange helps build trust and camaraderie. Remember, people love to feel understood and appreciated, so show genuine interest in her thoughts. Now let's talk about the art of active listening. This is where many people miss the mark. When she speaks, don't just nod along. Really listen. Respond thoughtfully and ask follow-up questions that dive deeper into the conversation. For example, if she mentions a recent trip, ask what her favorite part was or if she has any travel tips. This approach not only shows that you care, but also keeps the dialogue flowing naturally. And here's the best approach. Use social media to your advantage. If you're connected on platforms like Instagram or Facebook, pay attention to her posts. Comment on her photos or stories to show that you're engaged in her life outside of work. Just be sure your comments are thoughtful and respectful, as you don't want to come off as overly familiar or intrusive. Another powerful way to strengthen your friendship is to find common interests. Do you both enjoy the same sports team, music genre, or outdoor activities? Use these shared interests as a springboard for deeper conversations. Perhaps a concert or a local sports game. These shared experiences can create lasting memories and solidify your bond. Moreover, humor can be a fantastic tool in this phase. Lighthearted jokes and playful banter can break the ice and make interactions more enjoyable. Just keep it appropriate. You want to make her laugh, not feel uncomfortable. A shared sense of humor can elevate your connection and make her associate positive feelings with you. As your friendship grows, be mindful of the boundaries. It's essential to respect her relationship with your boss while still cultivating a genuine connection. This may mean taking things slow and being cautious about how you express your interest. It's okay to flirt lightly, but ensure it feels organic and not forced. Finally, don't underestimate the power of being dependable. If she knows she can count on you, whether it's for a work issue or just as a friendly ear, this reliability will make her value your presence even more. Show her that you're someone she can trust, and the attraction will naturally follow. In summary, building a strong foundation of friendship is all about creating a safe space for her to be herself, while allowing you to showcase your genuine personality. The more authentic you are, the more likely she'll be drawn to you. So, take your time, enjoy the process, and remember that great things often start as friendships. Now let's dive into how to truly appeal to her mental state. This is where you can really set yourself apart. Engaging her mind is just as important as appealing to her heart. Start by fostering a conversation that's not only stimulating, but also meaningful. Think of topics that ignite passion. Her interests, her dreams, and even her favorite books or movies. You might ask something like, "What's a book that changed your perspective on life?" This opens the door to deeper discussions, allowing her to express her thoughts and ideas. When she talks about what she loves, her eyes light up, and that's where the magic happens. It's not just about hearing words, it's about creating a connection. Sharing intriguing ideas can also be a game changer. Bring in current events, art, or even philosophy, anything that can spark her imagination. For example, you could discuss a recent documentary that challenged conventional thinking, encouraging her to think critically and share her views. This not only shows you're intellectually engaging, but also that you value her opinion. The best approach is to incorporate storytelling into your interactions. People love stories. They're relatable and can evoke emotions. Share a personal anecdote that ties into the conversation, something that resonates with her experiences. It could be a funny mishap during a trip or a lesson learned from a challenging situation. This builds rapport and makes you more relatable. Another unique angle is to utilize technology to your advantage. Consider following her interests on social media. If she posts about a recent vacation or a hobby she loves, bring it up in conversation. I saw your pictures from your trip to Italy. What was the highlight for you? This shows you're attentive and genuinely interested in her life. And don't forget about the power of humor. Lighthearted banter can ease any tension and create a relaxed atmosphere. Share a witty observation about something happening around you or playfully tease her about something she mentioned. Just ensure your humor is respectful and appropriate. The goal is to make her smile, not to offend. Remember, it's all about creating a safe space where she feels free to express herself. When she feels comfortable, she'll open up more and you'll discover layers to her personality that you find captivating. This is the stage where you can transition from a simple acquaintance to someone she genuinely enjoys being around. As the conversation flows, be attentive to her body language and verbal cues. Is she leaning in, making eye contact, or smiling? These are signs she's engaged and interested in what you have to say. If she seems to pull back or change the subject, that's your cue to reassess and pivot the conversation. Ultimately, the more you engage her mind, the more you'll attract her heart. This connection can create a spark that transcends mere attraction. It's about building a partnership based on mutual respect and interest. When she sees you as someone who genuinely understands and appreciates her thoughts, she'll be drawn to you in ways that go beyond surface-level charm. So, as you navigate these conversations, keep it light but meaningful. The key is to foster an environment where she feels seen, heard, and valued. This is not just about seduction. It's about forming a bond that could lead to something beautiful. So, as we transition to the next segment, remember, the mind is a powerful space to explore, and tapping into it can unlock incredible opportunities for connection. Let's see how we can further deepen this bond. All right, tip 3. Let's talk about confidence. It's that magnetic quality that draws people in and makes them want to know more about you. But here's the catch. Confidence needs to be genuine. You want to be the kind of person who lights up a room, not the one who walks in acting like they own the place. When you approach the boss wife, your demeanor should convey that you're comfortable in your own skin. This isn't about showing off. It's about being authentic. Picture this. You're at a social gathering, maybe a work event or an upscale dinner. As you engage with her, maintain an open posture, stand tall, shoulders back, and make eye contact. This body language not only signals confidence, but also invites her to engage in a deeper conversation. It's amazing how much your presence can shift the atmosphere when you embody self-assuredness. Now let's dive into the importance of authenticity. Confidence that comes off as arrogance can be a major turnoff. Instead of boasting about your achievements or trying to impress her with your status, share stories that reflect your personality and values. Talk about your passions, your interests, things that reveal who you are beyond just your job title or connections. When she sees that you have depth and a genuine character, it becomes much easier for her to be attracted to you. Additionally, to sprinkle in some vulnerability. It's okay to share moments of uncertainty or challenges you've faced. This balance of confidence and vulnerability creates a more relatable and human connection. Let her see the real you. This approach not only makes you more appealing, but also allows her to feel comfortable around you, fostering a sense of trust. As you converse, pay attention to how she responds. If she seems engaged and interested, that's a great sign. Keep the energy flowing by sharing laughter and lighthearted stories. This is where your personality can shine. A confident person doesn't take themselves too seriously. Use humor to connect. It's one of the most effective tools in attraction. A well-timed joke or a playful tease can break the ice and create a fun atmosphere. Confidence also manifests in how you carry yourself. If you're out together, don't hesitate to take the lead. Whether it's guiding her through a crowd or suggesting a fun topic to discuss, taking initiative shows that you're assertive and comfortable in social settings. Just make sure to be attentive to her reactions. If she seems receptive, that's your green light to keep going. Let's not forget the power of compliments. When you genuinely appreciate something about her, be it her style, her insight, or even her laugh, express it. But here's the key: keep it sincere. A compliment rooted in authenticity is always more impactful than a generic flattery. When she feels you genuinely notice and appreciate her, it boosts her confidence and reinforces the bond between you. Lastly, be aware of your environment. If you're at a gathering where others are present, your confident demeanor can create a ripple effect. People naturally gravitate toward those who exude positivity and assurance. When you demonstrate confidence, others will notice, and it can elevate her perception of you. It's not just about her, it's about the energy you bring into the room. So, as you engage with her, let that energy be infectious. In the end, confidence is about embracing who you are and expressing it in a way that invites others to connect with you. It's a dance of self-assuredness and approachability. By embodying these traits when interacting with the boss wife, you not only make yourself more attractive, but also create an environment where genuine connections can flourish. So, as you move forward with your intentions, remember that confidence is not just about feeling good about yourself. It's about making her feel good about being around you. And that, my friends, is the secret sauce to seduction. Now, let's keep this momentum going as we explore the next steps in our journey to creating that undeniable attraction. Tip number 4. Let's talk about one of the most underrated yet powerful ways to build attraction: listening and asking questions. This isn't just about nodding your head while she talks, it's about genuinely tuning into what she's saying and making her feel valued. Imagine this: you're sitting across from her, and instead of thinking about what you want to say next, you're fully present in the moment. It's a game changer. When you ask her questions, make them thoughtful and open-ended. Instead of the usual, "How was your day?" try something that dives deeper, like, "What's something you're really passionate about outside of work?" This not only shows you care, but also opens the door for fascinating conversations that reveal her interests and dreams. Maybe she has a hidden talent for painting or a love for adventure travel. These insights can create a strong bond between you two. As the conversation flows, be sure to listen actively. This means not just hearing her words, but also paying attention to her body language and tone. If she lights up when talking about her favorite travel destination, lean in a little closer and ask her more about it. Questions like, "What was the most memorable part of your trip?" can ignite excitement. You'll be amazed how discussing her passions can create an electric atmosphere, making her feel special and appreciated. Now let's add a trendy twist to this. In today's digital age, consider using social media to your advantage. If you notice she's posted about a recent hobby or interest, bring it up in conversation. For instance, "I saw your amazing photos from your hiking trip on Instagram. That trail looks breathtaking. How was the experience?" This shows you've been paying attention, and it can lead to a deeper discussion about shared interests. Another great technique is to engage in some playful banter. If she mentions a movie she loves, you could tease her about how she has questionable taste and suggest a debate over your favorite films. This not only makes the conversation fun, but also creates a sense of camaraderie. Humor can lighten the mood and make her feel comfortable around you. But remember, the key here is balance. While it's important to ask questions, you should also share your own thoughts and experiences. It's about creating a dialogue rather than an interrogation. If she opens up about her favorite books, share yours too. This reciprocity builds rapport and strengthens your connection. As you navigate through the conversation, be mindful of her responses. If she seems enthusiastic about a topic, keep it going. If she appears uninterested or changes the subject, gracefully shift to something else. This adaptability shows that you're attentive and considerate of her feelings. Another trendy approach is to incorporate technology into your engagement. Consider suggesting a fun app or activity related to her interests. For example, if she loves cooking, you might say, "Have you tried that new cooking app? It has some amazing recipes. We should totally try one together." This not only keeps the conversation lively, but also subtly hints at spending more time together. Ultimately, the goal here is to create a space where she feels comfortable sharing her thoughts and feelings. When a woman feels heard and understood, it's a huge step toward attraction. So, next time you're with her, focus less on impressing her and more on connecting with her. This is where true seduction lies, building a genuine bond that transcends surface-level interactions. In this digital era where many conversations happen through screens, bringing back the art of one-on-one interaction can be refreshing for her. Make her feel like she's the only person in the room. Put your phone away, make eye contact, and show her she has your full attention. This simple act can make a world of difference. So, as you put this into practice, remember to keep the atmosphere light and enjoyable. Don't take things too seriously. Let the conversation flow naturally. The more relaxed and genuine you are, the more likely she'll be to open up and let her guard down. By truly listening and engaging in meaningful dialogue, you'll not only pique her interest, but also lay the groundwork for a deeper connection. And who knows, the more you learn about her, the more you might find yourself captivated by everything that makes her unique. With this approach, you're not just seducing, you're forming a real bond that could lead to something special. So get out there, start those conversations, and watch how the dynamic between you two evolves. Now let's move on to the next tip that will keep this momentum going. Tip number 5. Let's talk about humor. Making her laugh can be one of the most effective ways to create a connection. Picture this. You're at a social gathering, surrounded by people, and you notice her looking a bit bored or lost in thought. This is your moment. Injecting humor into the conversation can break the ice and completely change the atmosphere. Start by observing what makes her smile. Is she a fan of witty banter or playful teasing? Pay attention to her reactions. Laughter is contagious. When you share a funny story or a light-hearted joke, it's not just about the punchline. It's about sharing a moment that lifts her spirits and creates a bond. Think about relatable humor, maybe something about the workplace or a funny incident that happened during a meeting. Sharing a laugh over shared experiences can make you feel closer. For example, you might say something like, "You know, I almost spilled coffee on the boss during that last presentation. I think I'd win the award for most distracted employee." This kind of self-deprecating humor not only showcases your personality, but also invites her to join in on the fun. Another trendy approach is to use memes or funny videos that resonate with her interests. If you know she enjoys a particular show, referencing a funny scene or character can create a bridge between you two. You could say, "I was watching insert show, and it reminded me of that time we insert relatable story." This shows that you're paying attention to her interests while also keeping things light and fun. Incorporating humor into your interactions doesn't mean you have to be a stand-up comedian. It's about being genuine. It's about being genuine and authentic. If you're naturally funny, let that shine through. If humor isn't your strong suit, don't force it. Instead, share amusing anecdotes from your life. Everyone appreciates a good story. Timing is crucial too. There's a fine line between being funny and being inappropriate, especially in a professional setting. Always gauge her reactions. If she laughs and engages, you know you're on the right track. If she seems uncomfortable or doesn't respond, it might be time to switch gears. Consider using situational humor. If you're both at a work function and the event is running late, you could quip, "I thought this was a networking event, not a marathon." This not only lightens the mood, but also shows that you can find humor in mundane situations, making you more relatable. Don't underestimate the power of laughter in creating chemistry. When you make her laugh, you're not just entertaining her, you're creating a memorable experience. Those shared moments of joy can linger in her mind, making her more likely to think of you positively. Also remember to laugh at yourself. Self-deprecating humor can be charming when done right. Share a quirky habit or a minor mishap from your day. It shows that you don't take yourself too seriously, which can be refreshing. You might say something like, "I tried to impress my friends by cooking last weekend, and let's just say the smoke alarm had a very busy night." As you engage in humorous exchanges, keep an eye on the energy between you. If she's laughing and leaning in, that's a great sign. You're building rapport, and laughter is a fantastic way to deepen that connection. But if she's not responding, switch tactics. Perhaps shift the conversation to something else she enjoys, or find common ground that sparks her interest. Ultimately, the goal is to create a comfortable space where she feels at ease to share her laughter. Foster an atmosphere where humor flows naturally, and you'll find that not only is she laughing, but she's also drawn to your playful energy. So, the next time you're together, remember to sprinkle in some humor. It can be the secret ingredient that transforms a simple conversation into a memorable interaction. When you make her laugh, you're not just entertaining her, you're forging a connection that could lead to something deeper. As we move forward, keep this in mind. Laughter is a bridge, and every chuckle shared builds a path toward a more intimate connection. So don't hold back. Let your personality shine through and watch as the sparks fly. Sixth on our list, applying physical body touches. Now, before you start thinking that this is so bold and direct, let's take a moment to understand the art of touch in a nuanced way. Touch is a powerful form of communication that can convey warmth and intimacy without saying a word. It's essential to approach this with care and respect. Start by creating an environment where touch feels natural and comfortable. Imagine you're in a lively conversation and there's a shared joke or a moment of laughter. That's your cue. A gentle touch on her arm can create a sense of connection and shared experience. It's all about timing and context. If you're talking about a personal story or a shared interest, lightly placing your hand on her shoulder can enhance the moment. This can send a signal that you're engaged and present, making her feel special. However, it's crucial to gauge her response. If she leans into your touch or makes eye contact, you're on the right track. But if she recoils or seems uncomfortable, it's important to dial it back and respect her space. Remember, consent is key. The goal is to build intimacy gradually and organically. As you get more comfortable with each other, you can explore deeper connections through touch. For instance, while sitting next to her, you might find opportunities to let your knees touch lightly. This subtle gesture can create an electric energy between you two without crossing any boundaries. You can also think about playful touches that fit the moment. If you're sharing a funny story, a playful poke in the ribs can evoke laughter and create a lighthearted atmosphere. The idea is to keep things fun and flirty while remaining aware of her comfort level. Another effective technique is to use touch to reinforce positive interactions. If she shares something personal or vulnerable, a gentle squeeze of her hand can show that you're there for her and that you care. This type of touch can create a deeper emotional bond, which is crucial if you want to seduce the boss's wife. It's also helpful to be aware of your own body language when engaging in touch. Make sure your posture is open and inviting. A closed-off posture can send mixed signals and make her feel uncertain about your intentions. Instead, keep your body turned slightly towards her, maintaining eye contact and a warm smile. This creates an inviting atmosphere where touch feels natural. In today's fast-pacing digital world, physical touch is often undervalued. However, it remains one of the most potent forms of connection. You can even play with the idea of a high five or a playful nudge during a conversation. These lighthearted touches can pave the way for deeper interactions. Additionally, consider the context of your interactions. If you're at a work event or a social gathering, the ambiance can influence how touch is perceived. When surrounded by friends or colleagues, engage in group activities where playful touches are more acceptable. And don't forget that moments of celebration can provide perfect opportunities for touch. If she shares a success story or achieves something great, a congratulatory hug or a cheerful high five can strengthen your bond and show your support. Breaking the touch barrier is about creating an atmosphere of trust and comfort. If you approach it with genuine interest and respect, you'll find that she may reciprocate your gestures, leading to a more profound connection. Remember to keep it light and fun. This isn't about rushing into anything, but rather about building a chemistry that feels natural and exciting. So, as you navigate this delicate dance of seduction, always be mindful of her reactions and boundaries. The right touch at the right moment can be incredibly powerful in creating intimacy and attraction. Seventh, let's dive into the art of using body language to flirt. Body language is a powerful tool that can convey more than words ever could. Imagine walking into a room and your posture alone can change the atmosphere. When you stand tall with your shoulders back, it not only signals confidence, but also makes you more approachable. This is the first step in creating an inviting presence that draws her in. Think about it. When you maintain eye contact, it creates an intense connection. It's as if you're both in your own little world, and that's incredibly alluring. But here's the twist. Don't just stare. Let your gaze shift naturally. Look at her eyes, then down to her lips, and then back up. This subtle shift can send a clear message that you find her attractive without saying a word. Remember to smile genuinely. A smile can transform your entire demeanor. It's not just about showing that you're friendly, it's about creating warmth and comfort. A well-timed smile can make her feel special, as if she's the only one in the room. Pair that smile with a slight nod when she speaks, showing that you're engaged and interested in what she has to say. This combination of visual cues can be incredibly seductive. Now let's talk about personal space. Understanding the nuances of proximity can make a significant difference. As you engage in conversation, lean in slightly, but be mindful of her comfort zone. If she leans in too, that's a green light. This slight shift can create a sense of intimacy, as if you're sharing a secret or a joke that's just between the two of you. Mirroring her body language can also be a subtle and effective technique. If she crosses her legs, consider crossing yours. If she leans forward, do the same. This creates an unconscious bond, signaling that you're in sync with each other. It's a psychological dance that can enhance attraction without either of you even realizing it's happening. Another trendy approach is to play with your hands while you talk. Gesturing with your hands can make your words more dynamic and engaging. However, be careful not to overdo it. Keep your gestures relaxed and fluid. When you occasionally touch your own neck or run your fingers through your hair, it can subtly draw her attention to those areas, sparking a playful curiosity. When it comes to physical touch, the key is to be subtle and respectful. A gentle touch on her arm while laughing at a shared joke can create a spark. It's all about timing. Censure that it feels natural and not forced. If she responds positively, that's your cue to continue. But if she seems hesitant, give her space and let the moment pass. Another trendy technique is to use playful touches in a group setting. For instance, if you're all gathered around a table, lean closer as you share a story, allowing your arm to brush against hers. This kind of casual contact can feel spontaneous and exciting, making the whole experience memorable. Pay attention to her body language in return. If she mirrors your movements or leans in closer, take it as a positive sign. But if she shifts away or crosses her arms, it might mean she needs a little more space. Being attuned to her reactions is essential in navigating this delicate dance of attraction. As you're engaging with her, don't forget the power of a light touch on her back as you guide her through a crowded space. It's a simple yet effective way to create a connection, while also demonstrating your confidence and assertiveness. In a world where digital communication often overshadows face-to-face interactions, mastering body language is a unique and trendy approach to flirting. It's about making her feel seen, special, and valued in every moment you share. So, embrace the art of body language and let your movements speak volumes. Remember, it's not just about what you say, it's about how you say it through the way you hold yourself, the way you engage, and the warmth you project. As you continue this journey, keep in mind that flirting is about creating a playful, enjoyable atmosphere. Enjoy the little moments, and don't be afraid to express your interest through your actions. With every smile, glance, and subtle touch, you're weaving a tapestry of attraction that can lead to something beautiful. So keep these tips in mind as you navigate the complexities of attraction. The world of body language is vast and fascinating, and it can open doors you never knew existed. Now let's move on to the next step in our journey of seduction. Number 8, create a romantic atmosphere. Picture this, a cozy setting where the ambience can sweep her off her feet. It's all about the little details that make a significant impact. Start by choosing the right location, whether it's a quaint restaurant or a beautifully arranged dinner at home. The environment sets the tone. Dim the lights to create a softer glow, as harsh lighting can be unflattering and disrupt the mood. Next, consider the music. Select a playlist that resonates with her tastes. Soft jazz or classic love songs can provide a soothing backdrop that enhances intimacy. Music is incredibly powerful. It can evoke emotions and create lasting memories. If she enjoys live music, see if there are any local performances that you could attend together. Now let's talk about scents. Aromas play a crucial role in creating a romantic vibe. Light some scented candles or use scented oils that promote relaxation and romance, like lavender or sandalwood. The right scent can draw her in and make the moment feel even more special. You might even want to cook a meal with aromatic herbs and spices that she loves. The combination of a delicious meal and a lovely scent can be quite irresistible. Don't underestimate the power of visual elements either. Think about incorporating fresh flowers into the setting. A beautiful bouquet can brighten the room and add a touch of elegance. Choose flowers that are meaningful or favorites of hers. The effort you put into these details shows that you care, which can be incredibly attractive. As you set the table, consider how you arrange everything. A nicely laid table with elegant dinnerware, soft linens, and thoughtful placement can create an inviting space. You might even add a personal touch, like a handwritten note expressing your admiration, or a small gift that reflects her interests. These gestures can make her feel valued and appreciated, enhancing her emotional connection to you. When the moment arrives, be sure to engage her in conversation that flows naturally. Share stories, laugh together, and don't rush the evening. The goal is to create a relaxed atmosphere where she feels comfortable and cherished. Avoid discussing heavy or controversial topics that might disrupt the mood. Instead, focus on light-hearted, enjoyable subjects that can keep the conversation fun and engaging. As you enjoy your meal, be attentive to her needs. If she's finished with her drink, offer to refill it. If she mentions something she enjoys, take note for next time. Small acts of kindness can go a long way in making her feel special. This attentiveness demonstrates that you're genuinely interested in her and value her presence. When the conversation winds down, consider transitioning to a more intimate setting, perhaps moving to a cozy couch or outdoor space if the weather permits. The change of scenery can help create a more personal atmosphere, allowing for deeper conversations and connections. As the night progresses, don't be afraid to share a little vulnerability. Opening up about your feelings or experiences can help foster a stronger bond. It's essential to strike a balance between sharing and listening. Mutual sharing creates a connection that can deepen your attraction. When it comes to physical closeness, take your time. If the moment feels right, gently lean in closer, maintaining eye contact. This subtle shift can create a sense of intimacy and chemistry. Pay attention to her body language. If she seems comfortable, it's a good sign to continue progressing in that direction. Remember that creating a romantic atmosphere isn't just about grand gestures. It's about the thoughtfulness behind them. The effort you put into making the evening memorable will reflect your genuine interest and desire to connect. It's the combination of ambience, conversation, and personal touches that can truly sweep her off her feet. As you wrap up the evening, express your enjoyment and appreciation for the time spent together. Let her know how much you value her company and that you're looking forward to your next encounter. Leaving her with a positive impression will ensure that she thinks of you fondly long after the night is over. In conclusion, creating a romantic atmosphere is all about setting the stage for connection. It's the little details that can make a big difference. So, take the time to plan, be thoughtful, and most importantly, enjoy the moment. If done right, this can be a memorable experience that deepens your bond and makes her feel truly special. Tip number 9. Let's talk about focusing on her erogenous zones. These are sensitive areas that can heighten attraction and create a deeper connection. Think of this as an art form rather than a science. It's all about the approach, the mood, and the moment. When done right, it can make the difference between a casual interaction and something much more intimate. Start by understanding that every person is unique. What might be sensitive for one person could be a mere tickle for another. Therefore, it's essential to pay attention to her reactions. Notice how her body responds when you get close. The neck, for instance, is often a hot spot. A gentle touch or a soft whisper can send chills down her spine and create an immediate bond. Think about it. When was the last time someone made you feel that way? That's the kind of reaction you're looking for? Another area to consider is the ear. It's not just about physical touch. The right words can make a significant impact. Lean in slightly and whisper something playful or intriguing. This proximity creates an intimate atmosphere, one that can make her feel special and desired. It's almost like you're sharing a secret, drawing her in closer and fostering a connection that feels both exciting and safe. Don't overlook the abdomen either. This area can be incredibly sensitive and often overlooked. A light, playful touch can elicit a strong response. It's essential, however, to keep the mood light and fun. If you sense any hesitation, adjust your approach. Consent is paramount, and the last thing you want is to make her uncomfortable. Always be aware of her body language. It can tell you a lot about how she's feeling. If she leans into your touch or maintains eye contact, those are good signs that she's receptive to your advances. Creating the right atmosphere can also enhance the experience. Imagine setting the mood with soft lighting and gentle music, making it easier for her to relax and be herself. A calming environment can encourage her to let her guard down, allowing for a more genuine connection. Think about cozy evenings spent together, perhaps during a quiet dinner or a relaxed movie night. These moments can lead to natural opportunities for closeness. In addition to touch, consider the power of conversation. Compliments can go a long way, especially when they focus on her personality or intellect rather than just her appearance. Let her know you appreciate her thoughts, her sense of humor, or even her style. This approach builds her confidence and shows that you see her as more than just an attractive figure. It's about connecting on multiple levels, creating an intricate web of attraction that goes beyond the physical. Timing is also crucial. Don't rush into anything. The best moments often arise spontaneously, so be patient and let things develop naturally. If the chemistry is right, you'll know when the time is appropriate to get a little closer. It's a dance of sorts, where you lead and follow based on her responses. This fluidity not only makes the interaction more enjoyable, but also allows for an organic buildup of intimacy. Lastly, never forget to communicate openly. If things progress and you feel the moment is right, you might consider asking her if she enjoys certain types of touch, or if there are areas she prefers. This not only shows your respect for her boundaries, but also makes her feel valued and heard. It's a great way to ensure that both of you are on the same page, which can enhance the overall experience. So, when it comes to focusing on her erogenous zones, remember that this is about creating a shared experience that feels comfortable and enjoyable for both of you. It's not just about the physical, it's about building a connection that leaves a lasting impression. If you can foster that kind of atmosphere, a blend of touch, conversation, and genuine interest, you'll be well on your way to creating an unforgettable bond. Alright, here's where the real magic happens, but also where things can go sideways if you're not careful. Paying attention to her signals isn't just about noticing whether she's smiling or leaning toward you. Oh no, it's way deeper than that. It's about mastering the art of reading between the lines, decoding the unspoken language that most people miss entirely. Trust me, this is where legends are made or players get benched. So let's break this down. First things first, subtlety is your secret weapon. You're not storming into her world with a sledgehammer. You're slipping in like a whispered thought she didn't know she needed. It's all about observing her micro-expressions. Does her face light up when you walk into the room? Does she linger just a little longer when you're in her personal space? These are green lights, my friend. Cues that tell you you're on the right track. But here's the kicker. Sometimes, signals are so faint, they're practically invisible. For example, let's say you're at a work event and she casually mentions she loves jazz music. Most people would just nod and move on. Not you. You're playing chess, not checkers. You're already mentally filing that information away for later. Maybe next time, you casually mention this underground jazz spot you've been dying to check out. Boom. Now you're not just the guy she talks to. You're the guy who listens, remembers, and makes her feel seen. That's the kind of connection that leaves an impression. But hey, don't get it twisted. Paying attention to her signals also means knowing when to pull back. This isn't a race to the finish line. It's a slow burn, a tango where you're both feeling out the rhythm. If she starts pulling away, looking distracted, or if her responses feel forced, that's your cue to hit pause and reassess. Think of it as a game of poker. You don't want to overplay your hand. Keep the mystery alive. Remember, the chase is half the fun. Now let me hit you with a real-world example because I know you're sitting there thinking, okay, but how does this look in action? Picture this. You're at a company dinner and she's sitting across the table. The conversation shifts to travel and you notice her eyes light up when someone mentions Italy. You make a mental note. Later, when the group disperses, you casually ask her if she's ever been to Tuscany. She says no, but mentions it's her dream destination. A week later, you happen to drop off some office papers at her husband's house and you casually mention this incredible book you're reading about Italian vineyards. Boom! You've created a moment. You've planted a seed. You've made it personal. That's the art of seduction, my friend. It's all about weaving subtle threads that pull her closer without her even realizing it. But here's a pro tip that separates the amateurs from the pros. Social media is your silent ally. In today's world, people wear their thoughts, hobbies, and even dreams on their Instagram stories and Twitter feeds. Is she posting about a yoga retreat she's planning? Maybe she's sharing her favorite wine on her story. These are breadcrumbs, my friend, and you're Hansel and Gretel following them to the gingerbread house of connection. But, and this is a big but, don't be creepy about it. No one wants to feel like they're being stalked. Use the information sparingly and in context. It's about showing you're in tune, not coming off as obsessive. Now let's talk about body language, because this is where the signals get really juicy. If she's leaning in, mirroring your posture, or playing with her hair while she talks to you, these are classic signs of interest. But don't just focus on her. Pay attention to your own body language too. Are you giving off the right vibes? Are you open, relaxed, and confident? Or are you fidgeting like a nervous wreck? Remember, attraction is a two-way street. The energy you put out is the energy you'll get back. And let's not forget the power of timing. Timing is everything. If you're too eager, you risk coming off as desperate. Too aloof, and you might miss your window entirely. It's a delicate balance, like seasoning a dish. You want just the right amount of spice to keep things interesting. Finally, and this might be the most important thing I'll say today, seduction is not about manipulation. It's about creating a space where both of you feel comfortable and intrigued. If she's sending mixed signals, don't push. Respect her boundaries. The last thing you want is to come across as someone who can't take a hint. Remember, the goal isn't just to win her over, it's to build a connection that feels natural and exciting for both of you. So, to wrap it all up, paying attention to her signals is about being present, observant, and respectful. It's about noticing the little things, responding in the moment, and knowing when to step forward and when to step back. Get this right, and you won't just be someone she notices, you'll be someone she can't stop thinking about. And here we go, we've reached the end of this intriguing journey, and if you're still here, it means you're ready to take what you've learned to the next level. But let's get real for a second. Seduction isn't just about clever tricks or textbook strategies. It's about creating moments that make someone feel seen, valued, and a little bit curious about you. That's the secret sauce. And honestly, if you've been watching this thinking, wow, this applies to more than just the boss wife, then you're already ahead of the game. Here's the thing, life isn't a movie and seduction isn't some grand dramatic gesture. It's in the subtlety of a well-timed compliment, the electricity of an unexpected glance, or the quiet confidence of knowing you've left her wondering what it is about you that feels so different. It's about planting seeds, not with desperation, but with intention, and letting her curiosity do the rest. It's the art of making her notice you without ever having to say, "Hey, look at me." Now, before you go rushing off to put these tips into action, remember this: respect is the foundation of everything we've talked about today. Without it, all the charm in the world won't get you far. Respect her, respect the situation, and respect yourself enough to know when to step back if the vibe isn't right. The best seducers aren't the ones who chase, they're the ones who create space for attraction to naturally unfold. And let's not forget, the real game changer in all of this is confidence. Not the loud, in-your-face kind, but the quiet, self-assured energy that says, "I know my worth, and I don't need to prove it to anyone." When you carry that energy, trust me, people notice, she'll notice, and that's when the magic happens. So here's my challenge for you. Step up your game, not just in seduction, but in how you connect with people in general. Be interesting, be curious, be the person who brings something new to the table. And hey, if you found even one tip in this video that made you think, I should try that, then I think we've done our job here. But don't stop now. There's so much more to learn, and I've got a whole lineup of videos coming your way that dive even deeper into the art of connection, relationships, and yes, a little mischief. Before you go, hit that like button if you had a good time today. Make sure to subscribe. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next. And don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you're the first to know when we drop our next video. This is just the beginning, and if you thought this was fun, wait till you see what we've got in store. Until next time, stay confident, stay curious, and remember, sometimes the most irresistible thing about you is that you're just a little bit unpredictable. See you soon.